Hey guys, and welcome back to my reading corner. So for today's video, I want to do a dedicated review on a book that I just recently finished sometime earlier this month, and it was Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is the second book in Talia Hibbert's series where she's following the Brown sisters, and the first book was Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Now, Get a Life, Chloe Brown really made its rounds in the world of YouTube and just in general last year. It was published, as far as I know, last year, and I of course read it last year. It was a really good book. I don't want to get too far into it, but basically Chloe Brown is the oldest sister in these with these three sisters, and she has a chronic illness, and with that chronic illness she felt like she was missing out on a lot of life, and so she decided to make a list of a couple of things that she wanted to accomplish basically before she died, kind of situation. And Redford was like this broody, moody not a landlord. He was like the in-house person that fixes things in her apartment building. What is that called? I don't remember what that's called, but he's like the in-house person, fixer-upper, if you will. And one of the things that she put on her list was to ride a motorcycle, and of course Redford had a motorcycle. And onward and onward and onward, this is their romance with each other. So that fast forward, we get into this book, which is Take a Hint, Dani Brown, and this is focusing on the middle sister. Her name is Dani Brown, and she is a professional student, if you will. She's currently in her PhD program. While she's in that program, she is also teaching, so she's also a professor. She also practices witchcraft, and in her past she has had quite a few bad relationships. She has been ridiculed in these relationships, mainly by the significant other. She is queer, so she has been in relationships with both men and women, and in pretty much the older relationships, the men always really mentally abused her. They never physically abused her, but they mentally abused her. And then some of her more recent relationships where she's with these women, the women want her to commit, and she refuses to commit. She has gotten to the point where all she wants is a fuck buddy, and that's it. And so Dani walks into her building where she now has to teach because of some unfortunate incidences, and the security guard is Zaf. Where did I get Rafi from? I don't even know. So in walks Zaf, or Zafir, and Zafir is the security guard in that particular building. And they grow to have a friendship, a friendly banter, and like a sexual tension builds between those two. And towards the beginning, middle-ish of the book, there is a fire drill, or an alarm, if you will. And Dani gets caught in the elevator during this drill. Zafir at this point has really started to have feelings for this woman, even though he doesn't want to admit it. And when he doesn't see Dani outside with everybody else, he starts to freak out. He goes all Superman, and he goes through the building everywhere trying to find her. Well, when he finally does find her, he like Superman cradles her out of the building, out of the elevator, all that jazz. And the walk from the outside the building to like where he finally sits her down gets filmed, and all of these undergrads basically make them go viral, calling them Dr. Rug Bay, because lo and behold, Zafir is a retired ex-professional rugby player. And so many things are really discussed in both of these romance novels, and for that reason I will continue to pre-order and buy these Talia Hibbert books. I have read a couple of other of her books, but they're not in this realm of romance. They're in more the erotica realm. This is just you know, adult romance. In this one, she really talks about a chronic illness. There also is, what else? I don't remember. There are some other really important things that happen in this book, but honestly, I don't remember. I need to go ahead and reread this because I really did enjoy this novel and their romance. Anyways, that's not what we're reviewing. Today we're reviewing this one. In this one, they really focus in on trauma, both mental and physical trauma. There is depression that is focused in on here. What else? We have... those are kind of the big things. And then also race does really play a lot in this, and of course sexuality, because Dani is queer. Zafir is a Muslim American, but he doesn't practice. So he doesn't do the 3 prayers a day. I believe it's 3 prayers. And because of his the fact that he's Muslim, he got ridiculed a lot when he was a rugby player, and so that is kind of run over but slightly addressed. Really a lot of this book really just addresses trauma, because Zafir has a really bad trauma that happened in his life, and so did Dani. She had quite a bad mental abuse happen in her life, and so both of them are trying to like get over these traumas, these abuses, and get towards each other, just end up with each other. So really happy about this book. The 3rd book, which will be following the youngest sister, is not scheduled to come out until 2021. Highly disappointed about that, but I will say in this book, Zafir's best friend ends up being a romantic partner to somebody else in this book. I don't want to spoil too much. So it would be interesting if after she finishes the last sister, if Talia Hibbert continues on and does like a 0.5, if you will, book really discussing his best friend. I know depending on the author, they do that sometimes, just like Christina Lauren did with their Beautiful Bastard series. So it is a thing that sometimes authors do, and I wouldn't mind spending more time with these characters in this world. I think that's it. Like I said, I have read other books from Talia Hibbert. The one other book, well, I bought even more, but the one book that I've read that I can remember off the top of my head, I wasn't too happy with it because it was like a very big age gap, and I am not huge with age gap romances. Those just are not my cup of tea. But I feel like I've read more. If my Barnes & Noble app, come on, Nook app. If this app really, oh, I'm in the wrong section, that's why. Yeah, so if that age romance wasn't a thing, I would have liked that book more. But the one other series that I am really hinking to read more from is the Ravenswood series. I've already read the 1st book, which is A Girl Like Her. Loved it. That addressed an ex-Marine who had trauma in his background because of a parent dying, and then a girl who was mentally ridiculed and abused by not only her significant other but his family and the rest of the town, and they come to... So I really enjoy how Talia Hibbert, she does these romances, but she really addresses, I feel like, some really important things within her romance novels. So I really enjoy her writing. I will continue to buy every so often more books from her so I can have a bigger rotation that I can read from her. I think that's it. I would recommend this book. I ended up giving this book a 4-star, but it's no disrespect to it. I was not as attached to Dani and Zafir, because Dani low-key pissed me off in this book. I'm not gonna hold you up. Dani did Zafir wrong, okay? Did him wrong, and it's just better him than me, okay? Because Dani would have been kicked to the curb. But I gave this one a 4-star. I gave this one a 5-star. I cannot wait for the third sisters book to come out. And honestly, the graphics on these covers are just cute. I love how you get the couple both on the spine and on the front. Both couples are interracial. I love that. There's so much to really enjoy and love about Talia Hibbert's books so far, and I'm just gonna keep reading them, like I've said 10 times already. I am going to sign off because I can't. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video has helped you with your life's journey, whether it's easy or it is hard, and I will see you guys in my next video.